traveling in your 20s should not be a luxury. I actually think it is one of the best investments that you can ever make for yourself. I mean, not in terms of financially or your career, but I think it's in terms of growth for how you see the world and also how you see yourself. And the scary part is, I think a lot of people waited too long before they started traveling. You always hear people around saying like, I'll travel more when I have more money. I'll travel more when my job is stable, or I'll travel more when life gets less busy, right? The way I see it, I think life doesn't get any busier than this. Now picture this, you're in your 20s and I believe this is the best time for you to go for a travel. You have the most time, you have the most energy, and you have the less responsibility. It's literally the perfect time for you to go for a travel. You are young enough to go explore, and also you're kind of old enough to have enough money to go for a travel. And this combination really is hard to find. And that's why I think traveling in your 20s is one of the best things you can ever do. When you stay in one place for too long, your brain kind of actually goes into the very automated system, whereas the default thinking, you stay in your house, you always go through the same route, you eat the same food, so you don't actually experience something very different. But when you go for a travel, it's completely different. You get to see how the other side of the world, how the people live over there. You get to experience new food, you get to see new places. I think these are the type of experiences that you will never get if you only stay in your own place. And once you've done all that, you will realize that the world is actually very huge, and it kind of changes your perspective on how you view on life. And I think that's very important because it gives you a whole new perspective to look at life. Now picture this, okay? I'm about to explain something that I think a lot of people that's able to resonate with me. It could be one of the best feeling about traveling, which is you just land at the airport, you take your luggage, you head over to the city, you check in your hotel, and you go out, explore the area to look for lunch or maybe your dinner. That is one of the best feelings. If you're all able to relate to me, you guys will understand it's one of the best feelings ever when it comes to traveling. You're entering a new city, entering a new streets, new area, right? Seeing things differently for the first time. That moment, it could be one of the best moments when it comes to traveling as well. And in that moment, while you are checking your Google Maps, you're checking where to go, which food to eat, feels like you're in the main character in the movie. It really does feel that way. Now, another reason why I think people should travel in their 20s, it's all about the freedom. If you are living with your parents in your 20s, you will understand what I'm trying to say, which is when you live with your family, you kind of have like a fixed schedules for certain things. You have routines. Example, 6 p.m. you got to be at the dining table ready for dinner, or by 12 p.m. you got to go out with your mom or dad, do some grocery shopping, stuff like that. And when you travel, you realize that you actually have a lot of freedom. You get to decide what time you're gonna wake up. You get to decide what time you want to have dinner, whether it's 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. You make the call, you get to decide where you want to go, what you want to do in that day. These kind of little moments actually makes you feel that freedom that you have. Because if you've been living with your family, you do understand that there are expectations, stuff like that. But when you're out there with your friends or maybe with your partner going for a travel, you get to understand that it is so much peaceful just having to make decisions on your own. And I think this kind of gives you a little bit of freedom, that sense of freedom that you get. I mean, unless you are already living by yourself or not living with your parents, you're living outside by yourself, then you will have that feeling. But for me, I get that during traveling. I think it's one of the most peaceful time and most stress-free time, I'll say. I really enjoy that freedom part. Now, moving on to the next part is, I'm going to be a little bit controversial here. I want to talk about experience versus comfort. You know how there are some people that are willing to spend a few thousand ringgits, 2,000 to 3,000 just to stay overnight in a 5-star or a fancy hotel right in the middle of KL. I mean, don't get me wrong, the experience you're about to get there is going to be superb. I mean, in terms of the food, in terms of the hospitality, stuff like that. But from my perspective, I would rather spend that 2,000 to 3,000 to go and travel. You will quickly forget about how your hotel room will look like, but you will never forget the new areas that you explore, the new streets, the new cities, the different type of food that you eat. I think these are the type of experiences that I will go for. I know some people would not choose to do this, or maybe some people think they don't have enough time to spend 4 to 5 days off. I'm not coming at you. This is just my own perspective. I think I would rather do that rather than to spend a lot of time and money on staycations like this. Now, I'll be honest, I've traveled to only in China, Hong Kong, I've been to Taiwan, I've been to Thailand, also nearby countries. And what I can say I really love is about China. I really love going to China. First of all, I would say the food is cheap. Everything there is actually cheap. The portion that they serve you is actually huge. You can order just one meal and you can actually share it with two people. Transportation in China is also really amazing. Like for example, I recently went to Guangzhou and I actually sit the high-speed train. I'm able to go to Shenzhen, another city, and also I'm able to sit the high-speed train to Changsha as well. And it makes traveling much more accessible and it's easier to move around, especially if you go to China and maybe some other countries as well, right? And if you don't go out there to travel to cities for yourself, you won't understand that you're able to hop in a train and a few hours later you're in a completely new city, completely new area, and sometimes the weather could change as well. Like for example, I'm from Guangzhou. I see the high-speed train about 2 to 3 hours and I reached to Changsha and the weather was cold. It was like 10 to 11 degrees there as compared to Guangzhou. It was about 28 to 30 degrees. It was normal hot weather going to a very relatively cold weather. And one bonus tip, right? If you are a runner or you're someone that likes to run or likes to exercise, one of the things that you can do when you're traveling is to bring your running shoes together with you. I recently went to Guangzhou and I brought my running shoes there. And let me tell you, running in the city in the morning is one of the best things that you can ever do. You actually get to explore the area and not only you are exercising, but you're exploring the area at the same time. So I'd say it's a win-win and you get to see the daily lives of the people. You can run to a park and you actually get to see that there's a lot of aunties and uncles over there exercising in a group, whether if it's they're dancing, they're playing ping pong, or they're even jogging as well. But once you experience traveling for the first time, man, let me tell you, you can never go back. Like by the time you're back, you're already thinking about where do you want to go for your second trip. This just doesn't end at all. And I think it is a very valuable experience, and it's also, I think, it's one of the best investments that you can do in your 20s. So for those of you in your 20s and you are thinking about going for travel, I would say just do it. Go out there, see the world for yourself, have a whole new perspective on life, just see how people live and kind of makes your problem a little bit smaller. You feel a little bit less stressful. Another thing that I want to talk about is you don't really think about the problems that you have. You don't really think about the stress that you have. You're really in that moment, seeing the new city, seeing the new area, seeing the new streets, trying new food. You're really there to soak it all in. And I think that's one of the best part of traveling, especially in your 20s. So again, if you're in your 20s and you ever think about traveling, this is your sign to start. It's not one day I will go. It's not someday I will go, but it's something that you have to start planning now and something that you should do while you still have the freedom and while you still have the time.